They see you as small and helpless. They see you as just a child. Surprised when they find out that a warrior will soon run wild. Prepare for your greatest moments. Prepare for your finest hour. The dream that you've always dreamed is suddenly about to flower.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the game once again. We get that production tab going for you in just a second. But spawning here in the lower left corner of Newkirk Precinct, he's been your hero so far. It's your Terran champion playing for Quantic Gaming. Guys, give it up for YuMe.
And in the fourth match of StarCraft 2 Survivors Immunity Challenge, in the lower right-hand corner from Team Complexity, making his debut on the show, it is Sasquatch.
And again, to just give a quick reiteration of the roster so you guys know what's going on right now, Team Tfarcrats is kind of getting close to their last leg. Sasquatch, definitely, I've seen him take on really big name players before. I cast him a lot for the ESL Euro League, or the EMS Spring League, I should say, for the team matches. He's a really good player. YuMe's, he's really got to be careful with this matchup, I feel. But it's currently MaSsan is the only person to back this up. If you want to look at this in terms of lives, Team Tfarcrats has 1 life left. Team League of Friendship has 3 still to go.
Yeah, definitely a huge advantage. And he's got to be feeling the pressure. I mean, seeing YuMe beat 2 of his teammates here, I don't know if he's going to be feeling more revenge-oriented or more of a, like, I'm a little nervous. Maybe if I lose 2, I'll be feeling the same way that Puck and Brent are feeling right now. But I don't know. Either way, it's got to, the momentum you got to be thinking is on YuMe's side in this series. And if he carries that to victory, Rifkin.
Well, the thing is, even at this point in the game, let's say YuMe gets out. Let's say even, God forbid, League of Friendship goes to Tribal Council tonight. I think one of his biggest arguments is going to be, look, I took down the heavy freaking hitters on Tfarcrats. What did you guys do? What did you bring to the table? I will be so strong going forward, you need to keep me around.
Yeah, on the other hand, it could be a signal to the other team or to the other teammates that YuMe's a strong player, and if you got to compete against this guy later on in the game, you may not want that to actually have happened.
If we defer to the straw poll we ran earlier, I believe YuMe had like, what, 50 votes? People say this guy will be the ultimate survivor. 60! Sorry, I haven't checked in some time. This guy will be the ultimate survivor. And meanwhile, I think Puck and Suppy like trailing behind by almost half. So like, we might not know this guy, but it looks like the community certainly is familiar with YuMe.
Absolutely. And if he's going to keep showing us games like the last 2, man, why not? I say bring on more.
Yeah, come at me, bro. But, you know, Sasquatch, again, on Newkirk Precinct, this is kind of a wide map. There's a lot of really favorable engagements in the middle of the map for a Zerg player to just surround a Terran player. You can catch those drops coming across the airways. You'll have those overlords to scout. I mean, this is looking to be a good map for Sasquatch. YuMe, as we saw, he likes to go bio, but doesn't like to drop, apparently.
Yeah, and we actually haven't seen this TVC, so we have no clue what his playstyle is. It's going to be a mystery to us, and it's definitely going to be a mystery to Team Tfarcrats here, unless they had some prior information. And as you were saying before, MaSsan's on Quantic Gaming as well, so he may have some type of in. Could be why they're saving him here as kind of like a kill switch type of last resort thing, but it's looking pretty standard so far, actually, with this factory going down with the reactor following it up.
It's interesting, too, the fact that this is an all-kill format, neither player wants to risk cheesing. When you're doing a best-of series, like if you've got 2 games to fall back on, I bet you we'd see YuMe do a 2-racks, or Sasquatch do like a 10-pull, or something wicked just early on to be aggressive, but they're both limited by only having 1 life each. That you can't afford to play loose, and you can't afford to play YOLO, basically. God forgive me for saying that, but it's true.
And we saw it in the reward challenge. Team League of Friendship just said sometimes you just gotta go YOLO when the opportunity arises.
There's 2 things I want to point out for that too. The League of Friendship, they had a really big advantage going into the reward challenge, the fact that they were already up players of their opponent. Now, Tfarcrats once again feels the burn. Suppy is here, he is alive and he's available, but he can't play because he's not allowed to. They've chose to bench him. And the scariest thing too is they knew full well what they're getting into. This wasn't like, okay, we benched Suppy and then, hey guys, it's a GSTL all-kill. So, confidence brewing in this team. Maybe they're undoing, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, let's not count them out just yet.
Oh, certainly not.
Sasquatch,
There's
formidable opponent for sure.
If I gotta be honest with you,
There's-
Doom, despite watching how YuMe's played today, I would honestly give this to Sasquatch before getting into anything, just because I've seen him play against really high-ranking European Terran players and win with very much ease.
Yeah, and Zerg's OP, right? So that just pretty much
Yeah, right?
just solves everything.
Win Festers, yeah. Oh wait, this is Heart of the Swarm. But no, again, like I'm not trying to show my bias. I'm just showing my experience casting because, again, YuMe is this Quantic Academy player. He was on Starcraft Ascension, but
Yeah.
what tournaments has YuMe won? What tournaments has he competed in? Sasquatch was on main stage of MLG, for goodness sake, against the Muslim.
Well, you know what? I don't know what tournaments he's played in, but he's certainly not doing anything standard here.
Oh, no!
He's deviated for
Oh,
sure.
so, okay, guys, I'm losing here in time, but they can't quite get this round up. The Hellions are going to run past his armies. The Queens are going to run on creep, but they're a little bit too slow. These Hellions get into the main. Is there anything here to defend? No, just one single Queen. This happened to Puck. It's going to happen to Sasquatch. He's going to lose the workers here. Oh, my God. Line them up. 7 kills so far. 4 Hellions still going at it. 3 alive. One's been picked off, but this is a good start for YuMe.
Yeah, we can certainly say that he enjoys barbecuing. That
Yeah.
is one of his
Roaches?
favorite pastimes for sure.
Roaches will definitely shut this down. A couple are left, but oh my god, here comes a Banshee. I didn't even see this getting made while this is going on. So focused on this.
Yeah,
His
dude.
cloak is just about to finish in 1 second. Oh, he cloaks in the last second. The Sparkrow is going down, but it's not finished. Queens are here to fight, but they can't actually. This is such a rough situation. Nice transfuse goes off, but Doom, this Banshee is focusing Queens instead of drones. I don't understand.
He's probably back at home macroing right now, adding on two barracks and additional
that
2
Spark
gases.
Crawler's gonna-
Well, it's the engineering base.
Ooh.
Well, this is like shades of 4GG back when he used to go Hellion and Banshee, but you know, Yumi's transitioning out of this. Looks like he's going for some type of bio-oriented push.
Oh,
Maybe-
more
plus
Hellions! More Hellions across the map. The third base trying to be evacuated. Sasquatch sending them back home. Ugh, loses more and more drones to the natural base. Where's that wall off, Sasquatch? Why is your Roach Warren behind the middle line and not on the front doorstep? Oh my
Queens just
god,
can't
how many
catch up.
workers has he killed here? There's just so many drones going down here. Again, for 8 Hellions, the cost for 27 drones. Sir, I will make that trade every day of the week.
Oh. And, you know, this
This
is...
is... Okay,
this is-
you know what? I was talking about Sasquatch just going to take this game in a clean sweep. I take it all back, man. You just got such a huge lead.
It's a best of 1, too, so this is your only shot, and definitely not the position, or definitely not the way that Sasquatch had predicted this would go for himself, I'm sure. As we see this Banshee still trying to be effective in the main base here for Yumi.
You know, one other thing I'm going to touch on while we wait for another engagement to happen. In the context of Survivor, guys, if you lose a teammate early on, that can spiral out of control. Week 2, week 3, maybe like whichever week, whoever wins this first week, just they already get a big bonus going to the rest of the rounds because they'll have 5 players available while the other team only has 4. So if YuMe can actually do this, and that's a big if, because again, they still got MaSsan to go through. MaSsan's one of my favorite Zerg players. It's just going to be so insurmountably huge going forward in the overall tournament in the grand scheme of things, not just here today.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe ZVZ is one of kaitlyn's strongest matchups, so she's probably licking her chops at the opportunity to play either Sasquatch or MaSsan here at this point in the series. And with someone with an extra golden ticket behind you, why not?
I'll tell you what's not kaitlyn's matchup. Anything that involves her playing Terran. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, I highly recommend you check out her stream sometime. She plays a lot of races, and they're funny. It's a good way to phrase that, but...
Sick burn.
Yeah, no, total BM. My bad. I would take it all back. No, I don't. But, okay, creep come down to third base. YuMe going to be stuck off 2 bases. This is the kind of thing that gets Sasquatch back in this game. If YuMe can never expand, a Terran player will choke on 2 bases.
Well, I don't know if he'll be choking here, but he might just be saying, I'm going to skip the appetizer and go right for the entree, because this is a lot of barracks ripping off of 2 bases, and this is a good force moving across the map. 3 siege tanks are combined in this, and all that we see out of Sasquatch is roaches and banelings as his higher tech. I mean, he's got a Spire finishing now, but he really doesn't have the gas to make a very large amount of Utas, and he's going to be having to use a lot of his larva here on ground units coming up here. 12 Lings are in production. At this point, his baneling speed isn't done yet.
Lings gonna try and slip into the main here. There's a force waiting for them. He's gonna clean up his initial force. Siege tank should go down as well. A nice catch for Sasquatch, but he's got to worry about back at home. This third base, Doom, under assault. Banshee is with no health, is on the front lines here. Queen's gonna try to focus down, but Cloak goes off in the nick of time. And oh my god, Sasquatch actually doesn't have baneling speed yet. He's got no way to properly engage this.
Yeah, and I mean, there's enough Marines here to handle the muta count on the field, and with those tanks firing down the Baneleys, it could be pretty much
This is
it for
looking messy.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch-
Oh, what micro there from YuMe 2 showing us much better Uta control than the last game.
The speed is now finished for the Baneleys, but he doesn't have enough left on the field. There's a lot of Marauders with this. The tanks are going to go untouched. Mutalisks are coming out, but Mutalisks are not going to be enough. There's still Marines on the field. This is looking so grim for Sasquatch, and I hope MaSsan is settled and ready to go. Good game is called.
Wow. 3 wins in a row here for YuMe, turning the tide for the League of Friendship and bringing them within 1 victory of gaining immunity for their tribe.